Hello, Philip here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to manage your reference list with a software. Okay, so in the past, we used to do all of our references when you're typing or you're doing any kind of academic work, like writing a thesis or research proposal or an article. We normally do the reference lists and what we call in-text citation manually. But today there are a number of softwares out there that allows you to manage your references. And in today's video, we are going to learn how to use the Mendeley software to manage your reference list. So what is Mendeley? Someone will ask. Mendeley software is basically a reference management software that enables researchers and academic writers to easily include citations and bibliographies into their work without having to do it manually. So uh, in-text citations I mentioned earlier, and bibliographies. Bibliographies are what we call references. Okay, that these are information about the various sources of materials that you used in doing your work. And so with Mendeley Desktop, you can insert the bibliographic details of the resources you have cited in your work. Simply you do this by just clicking a single button, and all these resources are listed under your references. And so we will learn how to do this in a bit. Now, without wasting much time, let's jump right into the video. But before that, please take a time and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Like our video if this video turns out to be helpful to you. Please like it, share it with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe. The subscription is super important. Please subscribe and help us grow this channel so that we'll be able to provide you with more educative content like this one. And so without talking any further, let's just jump into the video. First of all, you need to get the software, the Mendeley software. You need to download the Mendeley software. In doing this, you can open any browser of your choice. I'm going to use Google Chrome, and then you can just head over to Google. So google.com. Here in Google, all you need to do is to look for or search for Mendeley, Mendeley. That is Mendeley. Just hit enter. You would want to go ahead and just download the Mendeley. So download Mendeley. Let's just click on that. I will open it in a new tab. And this is the download page. Mendeley is a good software in the sense that it is not limited to any operating system. It works across all platforms. So it works on Windows, it works on Mac OS, that is for Apple, and it also works on Linux operating systems such as Ubuntu, Red Hat, and all those softwares. And so you can run Mendeley. You don't have anything to worry about. The system has automatically detected that I am running a Windows operating system, so it is asking me to download now for Windows. I'll click on that, and my download will begin immediately. Okay, immediately my download will begin. Now, once the download is complete, all I need to do is to navigate to where the file was saved. This is my file. Let me drag it into the desktop and close this. So this is the Mendeley software file, or the Mendeley software setup, and I'm going to run it. It's just a regular setup, so you can run it like you run a regular setup. If you don't know how to install any setup, just follow what I'm doing on screen and you'll be able to do it. So watch and follow. And that is it. The setup is fully installed. You can see the shortcut here. So I'll just click finish and it will open the app. Right, now the app is open. Once the app is open, you'll be asked to enter an email. The system will determine whether you have an account or not. If you don't have an account, you'll be asked to create one. If you have one, you'll be asked for the password. So let me intentionally enter an email account that is not already linked to Mendeley. So click continue, and you can see that on my screen this account doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in Mendeley database, and so I'm asked to give my given name, my family name, that's my surname, and then choose a password. Once this is done, let me try it. I'll choose the password. Password is fair. Then I'll click on register, and immediately I am registered. You need to remember the password and the email address. Now, if you already have an account with them, once you enter the email, they'll ask you for password. Okay, so let me click this and go back. I already have an account with them, so I'll enter the email and see what happens. Continue, and you see I'm asked for the password. So once I enter the password, right, so here we are in Mendeley. Now when you log in for the first time, this is the interface you see. There are two things you need to do before you start anything else. All right, now let's do those two things. Those things are simply to install what we call add-ons. These add-ons allow you to, there are two of them. The first one will allow you to work with Mendeley right from your Microsoft Word software. The second one allows you to work with Mendeley from your browser. First of all, you have to download this Mendeley site. This is the add-on for Microsoft Word. You need to download it and install it to be able to work with Mendeley from within Microsoft Word. Right, so click on this, get it now, and you're asked to provide your Microsoft account. Alright, so just provide your Microsoft account. If you don't have one, you can go ahead and create one. And sign in. Right, so it's been accepted. Confirm your details to continue. Get it now. So now I need to open this in Word. Here we are. It is opened in Word, and all we need to do is to wait for this to finish loading up. Now it's done. Let's close this. Now there are no references here, so let's just close it. Don't need to save. And back in Mendeley, we need to install what I call the web installer. So go under Tools at the top, click on Tools, and click on Install Install Mendeley Web Importer. Right? Let's click on that, and we are to get Web Importer for Edge. Okay, if you have not installed it, you see Get. So let's click on Get, Add Extension, and you need to wait for this to complete. Downloading the extension. Okay, so your extension is added, And if I click on this, I'll see my extension down here. I want to make it visible, so I'll show it and it will be up there for me. Close this. So at this point, you are done with the prerequisites. You have installed the Mendeley software. You have done necessary settings, that is installing the add-ons that will make it possible for you to use Mendeley from within your Microsoft Word software and as well as within your internet browser. Now what you need to do is to go online and look for all the resources that you'll be using or wherever you get them from. You need to look for all the resources that you'll be using to do your work, okay, whether it's a thesis or an article you're writing or a research paper, whatever it is, a proposal, whatever. You have to go online and look for the resources you'll be using to write this or to do this write up. Once you find them, you need to download them if they are soft copies. If they are hard copies, you can have the hard copy books ready, lined up somewhere. Let me minimize this. I've downloaded a few resources. So I have articles in here. There are about 27 of them. I have book chapters, about 4 of them, and I have about 3 books. All right, so these are the resources that we'll be using. Let me show you my screen side by side. So what we need to do is to do what we call population. You want to populate Mendeley, and there are multiple ways to do this. So I would show you all the multiple ways. Whichever one you think is good for you, you can stick to it. First of all, if I want to populate it with these articles, I can either click and hold any of the articles that I want to put in there. So I'll click the first one, for instance, drag it and drop it in here. Once I release it, it will be uploaded, and there you are, it is showing in there. Or another way to do this, let me delete it. Another way to do it is if you want to add all of these at once, you can click one and select all by pressing Ctrl and A to select all. Then you click and hold and you drag and drop. All 27 will be uploaded at a go. So basically, this is one way to do it, okay? The drag and drop method. That's what I call it. I call it the drag and drop method. The other way is to click on this Add New tab up here, and then you select if you want to add a file, that is single files, or you want to do manual entry, which is I will come back to later, or you want to import from another library. It all depends on you. So you can click add file. When you click add, you click on add file or files from computer. You open a dialog box. You navigate to where the files are stored. I have mine on my desktop, so I'll click on desktop. They are in PDF, and here we are article. I want to open it, and I can select all of them and click open, and it will be added into Mendeley. All right. Now the third way is what we use in adding hard copy materials to Mendeley. So you have a hard copy book in front of you that you will be citing information from. You want to add that material to your Mendeley software. What you need to do is click on add new, come down to add entry manually, and this box is open for you, so you can type them by yourself. All right, so is it a book or a journal article? If it's a journal article, you can click on journal article, then you type the title, you name the author, you name the journal in which you are getting that article from, the year the journal was published, the pages, that is the pages where you can find that article, okay, because journals are made up of a lot of articles. Then you click on the volume of the journal, you type the volume of the journal, the issue number, the month and day on which the journal was published, that is if it's available, and then you can type in the abstract and you click on add entry, and that is it. It will be added to your list. All right, so I'm done with this. I'll close it, make this fill my screen. So these are the materials that I have imported into Mendeley. Okay, the next thing to do is to ensure that all of these materials have the right bibliographic information about them. If any of them gives you a wrong bibliographic information, I mean, you stick to a wrong bibliographic information in here, what's going to happen is that when you cite it in your work, it's going to be doing the wrong citation, which will be misleading to your readers. You need to ensure that these materials are properly referenced in here. And to do this, you can just click on any of them to review. So I clicked on this, and here we are. There is no author. You can see the author hasn't been provided. All right, so for this book, this is it, Pharmacy Education Series. Okay, we need to look for the author. Now these are the authors. There's no author here, so you click here to add the author. So you type the author's names in here. So this one is supposed to be Macquarie Laurie. Type the author's name. You start with the surname first. I'm not sure. Let me go back and check. Oh, okay. The surname, comma, and then the other names. Okay. You don't add the next name, that's the next author on the same line. You have to hit enter, come down and add the next author. So if there are 4 or 5 authors, this is how you add them. Okay, and then you add all of the authors. Once you are done, you can go and the year is not there. You can see from here that the year is not there, so you look for the year in the book and you add it. 2019, first published in 2019, and so you have to add the year here in 2019. The seed publication information, so this is where you add the date, the institution. The institution was Routledge. So this is basically how you update information about the material. Once you are done, you can close this. Once you are done doing those updates, you just need to minimize Mendeley. Okay, close this book, minimize Mendeley, and you are ready to do your work now. So to do your work, you're going to work in Microsoft Word. So you just bring up Word, open it. I want a blank sheet, and this is where I'll be doing the typing of whatever it is I want to do. I'll just bring in some random text. I want 18 paragraphs of 10 sentences. Bracket close, let's hit enter, and there we are. Okay, now assuming you have typed this, or you were typing this, and you found out that this sentence you have typed is not your own, or yes, this part of the paragraph is not your own work, it is someone else's work. Let me italize it to make it different. Oh yeah, you don't need to italize it. Okay, let me remove the italicization and make it red. Now you want to tell your readers that you took this part of this paragraph from a material you read online, and by so doing you want to cite that material. What you need to do is, just before the full stop, put your cursor between the last word and the full stop, hit space, go under the references ribbon over here and look for Mendeley site. Click on it, and all the materials you have added to your reference list or to Mendeley would show in here. So let's see. Let's go to all. Now, under all, these are all of the references that I've added. Okay, you can click here again and select if you have put those references in specific folders. Okay, you can group them and put them in specific folders. If you do that, then you can have the folders listed here, but I haven't done that, so I want to check from all references. Now I want to tell my readers that this particular part of this material is taken from let's say a book. Okay, so there's a book with, yeah, this is a book, Essentials of Human Psychology. I want to say that I took it from here. I'll just select it and insert one citation, and just like that, okay, it appears. However, remember when I was doing the editing for this Macquarie, I didn't add a date, so it's telling me no date. That's what the ND stands for. So let me clear it and do this work. This one again, choose a different. So let me choose this, and there we are, the date appears. So this is what we call in-text citation. Probably let's go over it again. Let's say we want to say that this sentence doesn't belong to us, so let's make it let's use this color. Put your cursor here, hit space, go under references, click on Mendeley site, and this pops up. Let's say this very idea is shared by 3 or 4 different authors. You can select all of them at the same time, and then you click insert and see how it has done it. Opens a bracket, and then does the first citation, brings a semicolon, does the second citation, brings it again, does the third, in that order until you get to the end. Okay, so let's add some more just to be able to generate a reference list. So I want to cite this part as well. Take note, whichever material material you have cited already, this cited will show up down there. Okay, to show you that you have cited it. Doesn't mean you can't cite it again. You can cite it over and over again. So let me cite it again. And then let's say this one, I want to say it belongs to this man, that one. Alright, I think this is enough. Okay, so now let's pull down. You have done your work. You want to generate a reference list. Remember, your references is always supposed to be on a fresh page. So I'll put my cursor at the end, go to insert, click on blank page to insert a new page. Here you are, and then I will type references. Alright, hit enter, and now we want to generate our reference list. Okay, we want to generate our reference list. Under references, you are still here at the Mendeley. You click on this 3 dots over here, then you click on, make sure your cursor is where you want the references to appear. So let me put it back down here. Okay, this is where I want it to start. I don't want it here, I want it here. So click on these 3 dots and click on insert bibliography and see what happens. Continue, and there you are. The bibliographies are inserted just like that. Okay, now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 different sources. Let's assume you somehow or later on you added something more and you want to do, you cited that one too. Okay, so let's see over here there are more things to cite. So let's cite this, that, cite this and that. Okay, insert citation. Now these, there are 5, but one of them have been cited already, so they are supposed to be 4. Now when you do this, Usually what you would need to do, some people might think that you would need to go back and do this all over again, but that's not how it works. Immediately you do any addition, automatically it is added here. So you can see now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different sources. Right, so basically that's how it is done. Imagine you having to type all of these things manually. There are different styles. We are currently using, let me see the style we are using, citation settings. Okay, and the citation settings, we are using the American Psychological Association 7th edition. If you want to change it, just click on change citation style, and then you can select from all these. If there's a style you need that is not here, you can click on this, search for another style, and then you can add it, or you can add a custom style if you have a custom style you want to use. So you can search for whatever style APA, and you will see all the list of APA styles. So let's assume you want to change this from APA. This is already APA. You want to change it to say Vancouver. All right. When you click on Vancouver and you click update citation style, see what happens. Keep your eyes here, okay, and see what happens. Immediately it has changed. You see, it has even numbered them for you. All right, let's try it again. Let's use this style, update, and it has changed it. And the same thing will happen to the in-text citation. It will change them in text for you as well. So you don't need to worry so much about all of these things. All you need to do is to just finish your work and do the necessary editing. Make sure you're using the right style. I want to go back to my APA, American Psychological Association update, and it is updated. So that's it, folks. This is how to use Mendeley to actually assist you organize your reference list. You can see this is very simple as compared to the manual type where you have to type all these. Assuming you have about 2,000 different reference sources. You want to type them one after the other. That would be a whole work on its own. You need to be mindful of the punctuations, the full stops, the commas, the colons, the semicolons, and all those things. And it follows a particular order. You have to know how to do all these things if you want to do it manually. But with Mendeley and a few other reference management softwares, you can easily do this without having to even know how to do them manually. And so this is it. Thank you very much for taking out time to watch this. Go ahead and do the needful. Share this with your friends, your course mates, anybody else who would want to learn this. Share with them. Like it, give us a thumbs up if you like the video. The video was helpful, and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you for watching. Until next time, it's a goodbye.